that one out.
Are you going to look at this video over again?
No, I was in my house in West London one day, and the phone rang, and which was unusual actually, because I'm not going to say I didn't have a phone, but I'm going to say it was unusual because it was in the time when the Moody's were apart for about 3 years in the 70s, and I didn't quite know where to turn, really. But anyway, the phone rang, and there was an American voice on the end of the line, and he said, he had one question for me. He said, are you the one who sang Nights in White Satin? And it's a reasonable question if you're not on telly much or a celebrity or anything. He said, because I've got a song that would be right, I think would be right for you. And so he sent it round to my house, and I was listening to it the next day. And at my house that day, there happened to be a young lad who worked in the Moody Blues record store. Yes, we had a record shop. Well, we had an office, and then there was a shop or store downstairs. So we thought, what should we do with that? We'll make it a shop or a store. You know, so we made it a record shop. And you could come to our record shop and listen to the records in comfort and thumb through the sleeves. And then you could go down to Woolworths and buy them cheaper. It was like many things we did in the Moody's. It was a terrible business model. Anyway, this young lad, he had no idea who the Moody's were either. He just left school, and he was working in our shop, and he was making a cup of tea in the kitchen. And by the time he'd got to where I was listening to this song with the tea, he listened to it all the way through, and when it finished playing, he said to me, "You ought to do that, mate. You ought to do that. It's perfect for you." And I thought, well, there's a boy who knows. Somebody who knows what to do. So I went down to the studio called Vision behind Oxford Street, and I met the guy who'd called me. He was a man called Jeff Wayne, and he was working on a musical version of the H.G. Wells story of the War of the Worlds. And I'm very pleased to say that last year I went back into the stage show in the UK at the War of the Worlds, and I loved every minute of it. I did it when it first came out, and then I didn't for a while, and then I did. But I met the guy who called me, and we did this song we're going to play for you. And then I heard absolutely nothing from that quarter for about 2 years. And then the phone rang again in my house in West London, and I rushed to pick it up. And it was a promotion guy from CBS. And he said, "Do you remember that thing you did with Jeff Wayne?" He said, "Well, they released it as a single. It's in the top 50. And if you do Top of the Pops this week, it'll get in the top 30, and we'll all have fun, and it'll be great." Because that's life for a promotion now, you see. Get in the top 30, we'll all have fun, and it'll be great. And so I did, we did, and what a gift it's been for me, really. And but like a lot of things, I often think if I'd have known how wonderful the last, several decades in music would have been, I would have enjoyed every moment. But as it is, it's been stress all the way. But anyway, what a great gift. A song is a great gift. And this is called Forever Autumn.